This is Austin Sleight for Unlimited Sports, and today we're going to be talking about what in the NBA makes guards successful. So to start, we're going to start with shooting. The best shooters that you see in the NBA today are always coming off screens, they're moving away from the ball, and anytime they shoot it, they're going to keep their feet and their body square to the basket. A lot of these clips, you're going to see Buddy Hield coming off screens, and he's going to stay square to the basket, and that's going to give him a consistent shooting motion every time. Right here especially you see Jimmy Butler, who's great at being able to backdoor cut and get to the basket when needed. A lot of the things that Jimmy Butler does well is he just fills the open space extremely well. So anytime that he sees that there's a gap, or if you see like a guard go into the front of the rim, he's going to cut baseline and fill the space that was just left for him. Now, for J.J. Redick's a pure shooter, so they're going to run him off as many screens as possible. And anytime he comes off the screen, he has great balance, and he's able to have the same shooting motion no matter if he's a little bit slower coming off the screen or quicker off the screen. So now we're going to go into isolation plays. So what makes Zach LaVine great is he has great change of pace. His ability to change speeds and his ability to explode is what makes him truly great. Now, James Harden, he accelerates in something called deceleration. So basically, he's one of the best players in the NBA at slowing down. Right here, the move that's been popularized in the NBA is the step back. This helps you to get as much space away from your defender as possible, and you're still on balance when you shoot the ball when you take that step back. So right here, just a little step into the defender. He gets away with that just because Korver was a little bit into the ball. So for Zach LaVine here, he knows that he has a weaker defender on him in Dion Waiters. So he's going to just slow up a little bit, change his pace, and then get to the basket for an easy bucket. James Harden knows that he has a switch here. And one of the things that a lot of people on offense in the NBA can take advantage of is switches. And James Harden really likes to string those guys out and attack the bigs off the dribble. Another thing is playing through the post. So Russell Westbrook last year was great at that, playing in the post. Playing in the post in the NBA takes a lot of patience, and it also helps when your team has great spacing. So right here, even with Patrick Beverley, who's a great defender, he's going to square, face up, size up his defender, and just whichever way the defender cuts and takes away, he's going to go the opposite way. So here, Jimmy Butler, face, a little shimmy shake, size up, straight to the basket. Face the basket, face up, and you know if they give you that space to shoot it, shoot the ball. Jimmy's got a weaker defender in Bradley Beal. Probably should have been a foul call there because he went into the body, but regardless, still a bucket. Jimmy Butler does great at using multiple moves. So we get contact from that defender who's a little bit off balance because Jimmy was backing him down in the post, and now it's an easy bucket for Jimmy. The biggest thing that happens in the NBA today is pick and roll. One person that was great at this last year was D'Angelo Russell. The one thing he does really well is what's called a snake dribble. So he's going to go off that pick and roll and basically curl back around to the same side that he came from. This means that the defender essentially has to chase him around the screen, and it's just making it a lot further for the defender to run. And D'Angelo Russell is in a one-on-one situation with the big. One thing that De'Aaron Fox does really well is, again, that change of pace. So he makes the big think, big slow down for a second, and then he goes right past him. He's one of the fastest guards in the NBA, and he uses that to his advantage. He keeps that defender on his back hip, and he's able to get an easy bucket because the big doesn't help over too much. Kyrie, see pick and roll, he rejects it, but this time it's a little bit of a hesitation move. He just stuns that big. He's able to get an easy bucket to the basket. Right here, Kyrie, he knows he gets a switch, takes his time. They're kind of trying to keep him boxed up, and he just waits, and he waits, and he waits. He knows that Al Horford's on that pop, so Bam Adebayo has either got to go back at some point, or the Celtics are going to get that wide open shot. De'Aaron Fox keeping that defender on his back hip. Able to get an easy layup because the big doesn't help over. Again, D'Angelo Russell He nearly creates contact with the screen. He forces that defender into the screen because he comes off the screen so tight. Then he keeps that defender on the back hip, floater. Big's not able to contest it. Right here, Kyrie, little snake dribble, but he keeps that defender on his back hip, so he's not able to get back into the play, and it creates an easier shot for Kyrie. So essentially today, what we've talked about is what make guards effective. Playing in the post, playing in isolation, playing in the pick and roll. Again, this is Austin Sleight for Unlimited Sports.